Mitch Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go with another big championship wrestling. Dave, I don't know how big it's going to be, but boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to be exciting today. With the weather we've got outside, I think everybody's being experienced. Let me just say this. If you happen to be in an area where you're not involved in snow, just count your lucky stars in there. But where we are,
we've had plenty
of it. As a matter of fact, Eddie Marlin didn't even make it today to the match. Some of the wrestlers that we had originally planned to have on television today haven't made it. But we do have some action coming up, and by golly, it's going to be good.
Oh, you're right. Well, we're going to have an opening match, and both of these guys are here. Hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert is going to be here in a single match. He's going to be going against David Haskins. David, a young wrestler, but he has good size on him, and he said he feels like he can take Eddie Gilbert. He's going to be here in a 2-out-of-3 fall match just to see if he can do it today.
Good break for David, really.
Yeah, it really is.
Situation.
Yeah, good opportunity for him. Then we'll have the Terminators in here. They will be going in tag team action a little bit later on. Big Playboy Frazier from Philadelphia will be here. He'll be in a single match. Then we have the Nightmares, Ken Wayne and Danny Davis. Now, we had them scheduled against the Daydreamers. It looks like the Daydreamers are not going to make it. They've been way up north, had travel problems. So we've got a standby match booked right now with Ken Raper, Jim Jameson going against the Nightmares and Ken Wayne and Danny Davis.
Oh, yeah, we got some great tape that we're going to be showing everybody. I think they'll enjoy. And son of a gun, I think we better get ready for it. I'm looking forward to it, even though we're under unusual circumstances. We'll try to keep the lid on everything without Eddie Marlin here today. We're going to be back and going into that first bout with hot stuff Eddie Gilbert in just one moment. Here in just a moment with our opening bout. You know what, it's really been amazing. I think a lot of the wrestling fans have realized the fact that there have been a lot of matches canceled, as a matter of fact, because of the weather, and this storm really ripped through Lawler. We've got some interesting tape coming up with Eddie Gilbert and Lawler in just a moment. Okay, back to Channel 3's Championship Wrestling right here. We'll be in the ring in a moment. Boy, talking about being in the ring Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, I got to tell you, 4 main events and some opening matches. Friend, it is going to be a whale of a night, including the fabulous one, Stan and Steve, who would like very much to get a hold of not only the interns, but Troy Graham.
Do you think he's mad? Do you think he's mad? I hope you are mad, boy. I've been mad for 9 months. I've been in this wheelchair. I've been mad. We got even with you, Steve Kern, Stan Lane. Your old fat daddy is laying in a hospital now just like I did for 9 months. Louisville, KY, Wave Country. We're waving goodbye, fabulous one.
Yeah, we'll find out Tuesday night when the action takes place, because I'll tell you another bout you're going to see. You're going to see the Dirty White Boys going against the Terminators with Jimmy Hart. Pole match, 5-pound bag of flour right up on top.
You know, this is the most stupidest match I've ever been in my life. Let me tell you something. 45 feet up in there, 5 pounds on top. Let me tell you what, we're not going to be humiliated, right, Frazier?
Right. Okay, well, we'll find that out, too. I can tell you one thing else about being humiliated. It may or may not happen, but Jerry the King Lawler is going to be mad. He wants that belt back, Eddie Gilbert.
That's just great, Lance, because you doubted me. All the people out there doubted me, but I walked off with the Southern Heavyweight title. Now, a little message to you, King Lawler. If you're the man that you say you are, if you're the king that you say you are, you come in the ring and you get in the ring with Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert, and you try your best to take this Southern title, but I don't think you can.
Well, brother, that's what it's going to be all about. Tuesday night, all of those matches and more. Okay, we mentioned to you a moment ago we wanted to show a match that had Eddie Gilbert and Jerry Lawler in a Southern heavyweight title match. Now, in this bout, it was a Texas death match, and before you guys start spouting off, I want to show everybody exactly. Just take a look. Okay. Yeah, take a look. Let's take a look and see exactly what happened in this bout. This is at the end of it. Crowd counting along. Is he going to get it? He's on his feet. Gilbert on his feet, went to his tights, nailed Lawler. Kind of 1, 2, Lawler's down. I think he got him. We're half through. expecting Gilbert. Got Lawler from behind. Lawler jumps and dumps. He's down. The referee starting the count. Lawler's not going to make it. Gilbert is the winner. Sixth fall. Eddie Gilbert with the aid of Jimmy Hart in this Texas death match. Here comes the Macho Man. Eddie Gilbert with the Southern heavyweight belt. Lawler convulsing under the ring. Let's see, he got the belt back. Gilbert nailed the Macho Man with that belt. The referee grabbed the belt back from Gilbert. Gilbert grabbed it again and ran off with it.
Right there.
You had him.
Where's Eddie Marlin? He's not here to even congratulate us, Eddie. He's not even here.
He couldn't make it down today. He couldn't make it down. I don't know how you can be proud of that. You ended up in there. Everybody saw you grab Lawler and put that ether to him.
No. Let me tell you this, baby. You know what happened? He busted Lawler's nose. The blood was running profusely, so I pulled out my handkerchief and I put it around his nose to get the blood off his nose. That's exactly.
Jimmy! You come up with the most outrageous lies, and there's nothing. And you're talking about busting his nose. You did it with a pair of brass knucks in there.
See, Lance, the thing that bothers you, that bothers Eddie Marlin, that bothers Randy Savage, Paul Morton, and these stupid people in Memphis, Tennessee, is the fact the truth hurts. The truth is Eddie Gilbert is the greatest wrestler in this area today. The truth is I beat Jerry Lawler. The truth is I came on TV and I said I would dethrone Jerry the King Lawler, and I did. I backed it up. So what happens in the Texas death match? There's no rules. Anything goes. I got out here and I explained it. I explained it, Lance. No rules. None whatsoever. Jerry Lawler stood right where I'm standing and said, look, Gilbert, bring your arsenal down there because I may bring fire. Right. I may bring brass knucks. Right. I may pull a chain out. I may resort to being the old king. Right. So what happened? Eddie Gilbert resorted to being the new king. Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, with Jimmy Hart in there jumping up on the ring.
The rules say, Lance, what do they say? No time limit, no disqualification. Anything goes. It goes until one man cannot answer the bell at that 10 count. Jerry Lawler couldn't get his big rear end up off that mat with a count of 10.
And you guys take the chicken way while Lawler is out in the country over in Japan.
Oh, big deal.
With Jimmy Valiant, you get a hold of Stanley Blackburn.
I don't believe he is in Japan, baby. I don't believe it. Let me tell you something right now, man. We call the AWA, am I right or wrong? And what did they say? The new champion was hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. And that's exactly what they said. You know what they said? Y'all are a bunch of country hicks down there, Eddie Marlin and them.
People like you and people like old Grandpa Paul Morton have been trying to protect the king, been trying to keep the crown on his head for all these years. So they try to think Eddie Marlin went and panicked, said, oh, let's reverse the decision. No, we can't do that. Let's hold the belt up.
Right, baby.
Then Stanley Blackburn, we gave him a call. And he said, what are these redneck hicks down there in Tennessee? Eddie Gilbert is the new Southern heavyweight champion. That's the fact, Jack. I've got
You're the
belt.
Southern heavyweight champion. Okay, you got the belt. You also used it to hit the Macho Man. He won't be forgetting that either.
Oh, but let me tell you something. You know what's so important about this? Lawler got on here, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he said, baby, if I don't get a world championship shot, when? In 1985, I will retire. Well, baby, how are you going to get that shot when Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is the new Southern heavyweight champion, baby?
Yeah. And Lawler is out of the country. All right, you got another fall in there. Dave, let's get ready for the second fall.
All right, the Southern Heavyweight Championship belt deposited here at the table for safekeeping.
This will be the second straight fall this match.
Right,
I can go home.
Well, you
Southern heavyweight champion.
You won the first fall, no doubt about it, as David Haskins steps back in. Haskins down 1 fall to none in a 2 out of 3 fall match. Referee Jerry Calhoun calls for the bell, and we are underway. Gilbert goes right after Haskins.
Boy,
right now where he left off.
Picking up just exactly where he left off, Dave. And I'll tell you,
Ooh.
The only thing worse than Hart is when Hart is right, and they did get the Southern belt back, and that is,
They have the belt, no doubt about it. This is a non-title match, but nonetheless, boy, can you imagine if David Haskins could get a win here and take these last 2 falls?
you better pay attention to what's happening in the ring in there. Smart Alec 1-1, and then he's sunset flip.
He got it! Hart, confident this man had the victory. Gilbert overconfident, and they lose the fall.
When did he quick count? He got you in a sunset flip, and that's all there was to it. You got beat because you were playing to the camera. That's
This boy couldn't beat me the best in his life just because I was short on the girls. What a pretty man I am. He takes advantage of it.
That's advantage.
I see what I'll do. Teach this fucking lesson, Jimmy.
That's 1 fall. 1 fall apiece.
Start the ball now.
Right now. Jimmy, will you quit diddling with that? Get away from that bell. No. That is not the start of the third
Just
fall.
started. I started the match, Eddie. It started, baby.
Oh, look out.
Jerry Calhoun,
Rammed him
Jerry
into the
Lawler's
door
best
over
friend.
there.
He just gave us a quick count, baby. I'm telling you.
Come on, Jerry, break. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. Runs over there and jumps Haskins as he's getting in there. Okay, all right. Third fall underway out there. David Haskins. Boy, Gilbert went up, and I mean to tell you, he slammed him with that knee upside the face right there.
He is the Southern heavyweight champion. Nobody tries to bullshit on us, baby.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, he lost 1 fall. I don't care what you tell about it. It's even 1 apiece right now. We're in the third fall. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to stop some of the actions of Gilbert, just slamming him with that fist in there. And David Haskins, he jumped him down at the side of the ring when we were supposed to be in a rest period, or rather getting ready for a rest period in between the second and third falls. 1 fall apiece. Haskins won the second while Gilbert was showing off. The referee making him break it up. He wheels Haskins on a whip across the ring. Power slam.
Boy, he drove him right down to the mat count of 2, and he picks him up at the 2 count. Well, you know, he doesn't learn his lesson. I mean, he got pinned for not taking care of business in the second fall, and then Gilbert comes back. He probably could have gotten the 3rd count there, but he didn't do it. He picked him up at the count of 2.
Referee's telling him in there that he's jumping while he's pulling the head down. He's slamming that knee up there. He's grabbing him by the hair and slamming him right into the knee. Gilbert again, same thing. He kind of kangarooed him as he jumps up in the air with that knee, grabs the hair and slams his head right into that knee. Eddie Gilbert pulling that hot shot on him. He drove him down into the ring. David Haskins counted out 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd fall. So Gilbert is going to be the winner in there. All right, Eddie.
There you go, baby.
He won the match, Jimmy. Get him out of here.
He's won it.
Come on, Eddie.
Hey, Puck, I apologize for paying the champion. I apologize to these people. I apologize. Come on.
Come on, Eddie. Now get out of here. Will you break it up? Haskins slammed into the ring post in there. Gilbert running him around. I thought he's going to hit him into that other ring post. What in the Sam Hill is he doing? Throws him over one of the benches out in the crowd. Hart!
Pushing the doors open here.
Are you believing this? Gilbert takes Haskins out in the snow. Good night, I'm telling you. It's got to be about 15 degrees out there. You are awful. Referee Jerry Calhoun. Out there with him is Gilbert. Took David Haskins right out into the snow. Hart coming back in and shutting the door. That's it. I got to tell you, Dave, before that kid freezes out there, I want to go get him.
Yeah, look at the door open there or something. Hart closes the door behind him. Here.
That's what's going to happen from now on. We're going to freeze everybody out. We're going to throw them out in the cold, Russell.
We heard a rumor David Haskins likes to make snowmen.
That's enough.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if we can get... back inside here. Hart closed the door behind him. I tell you, Gilbert lost the second fall. Boy, really made him mad. He came in here and he took the third fall. So Eddie Gilbert, who is the new Southern heavyweight champion, even though this was a non-title match, did win the match 2 falls to 1. He won the first fall and the third fall. You can see right here, he took Haskins down to the mat and stands on him the count of 3 by the referee. And then Eddie just incredibly upset about the whole thing, brought him over here and said, "You're going to apologize." And he runs over here, and Hart opens the, well, here you go. You see Hart opening the studio door, and they just throw him out into the snow. And the temperature out there is, it's in the teens. It's below 20, and chill factors, of course, are worse than that. Just hammering away on him, just to I guess, get back at him for beating the champion.
Confounded ego. And I tell you, he has gotten, and since he's been with Hart, he's gotten more of it than ever before in there, just showing out, you can't beat me one fall. He beat him one fall in there because he wasn't paying attention to business, and he ended up with that kind of an attitude in there. I just checked, and one of the Daydreamers is here, but the other one isn't here. Okay. So, you know, we had them scheduled with the Nightmares, and we still do, but we have a standby team in the event that both of them aren't here. Okay. Tell you what I wanted to do, talking about Hart's attitude, that's not the only one. Troy Graham and those interns, man, I'll tell you, we have really had some I just got to tell you, some embarrassing things that have happened right here. And Stan Lane and Steve Kern's father, Dick Kern and Wally Lane, were up visiting because they haven't had a chance to see with the boys wrestling out in the West Coast and way up north and all. So they came in here, and we asked them to come down to the show. And I thought a lot of the Fabs fans would like to see him. And let me show you what happened in that instance when Dick Kern, Steve's father, and Wally Lane, Stan's father, came to visit us at Championship Wrestling. Let's take a look at this. Went against the interns for that Southern Tag title. I'm not sure that they had their minds exactly on the belts.
No, I think perhaps something else. Huh?
Yeah, let's take a look and see what they had in mind. Expected nothing else after the incident with Stan and Steve's father, the interns being mauled by the fabulous one. Troy Graham went rolling out in that wheelchair, and Steve Kern right after him. Stan Lane pounded on them. Boy, they have disappeared. Has broken off a piece of the fence.
I guess you're back to the locker room. I don't know if the monsters are or not. I want to see what we got out here. Now, I know none of you guys are much men, but if you got any guts at all, you come out here and try and take matches you think belong to you. But what really belongs to the family.
Problem here at ringside in the Memphis Mid-South Coliseum. Eddie Marlin has brought Troy Graham out. Here comes the intern. Watch it, Steve.
Yeah, there was nothing...
I want to take a look at some highlights of the match which occurred between the Dirty White Boys going against the Terminators and some wild goings-on.
Yeah, I tell you one thing everybody ought to pay attention to. Take a good look at Jimmy Hart. Now, you've already seen Hart in one match where he was involved with Gilbert in the Southern Heavyweight title. Take a look at this one right here. Dirty White Boys, Terminators, and Hart. Anthony started it hard, but he didn't have time as the Terminators started after him. Now, 4 of them in the ring. Hart slips in. Both Terminators tied up in the ropes, and now Hart caught. Whoop, whoop. Here comes Hot Stuff. He's undoing the Terminators, and from behind, the Dirty White Boys are jumped, and Gilbert takes away. Big powdering job by Jimmy Hart. Referee calls for the bell. It'll be a disqualification, I'm sure, in 7 minutes, 10 seconds. Terminators and Hart will lose it, but they are really wearing the Dirty White Boys out. Powder everywhere. Tony Anthony's face covered with it. And the DWB being mauled. Yeah, bad news. I just want to point out again, we also saw right there, you're in there with flour and you think it's so funny in there.
Well, you better believe it. It's 1985. What did I come out here and say what I was going to do? From now on, we're taking no prisoners in any kind of match. Let me tell you something, White Boys. We got you out of the family because I wanted to get you out of the family because you were dead weight to me. I found them in Walgreens working up there somewhere in Kennett, Missouri, baby. But let me tell you something. I tried to make them, but I couldn't make them. Now, they want to come back, and they want to put this 5-pound bag of flour on a 45-foot foal. Right or wrong? I can't even talk. I'm so excited about this match. Well, let me tell you something, punk. There is not a person in the world that can pull anything over Jimmy Hart. You know how much? Do you know how much is in this bag right here?
I know how
it's
much
enough to cover a whole bunch of... It's a lot of flour in here. It's enough to cover a lot of people.
Will you quit crying about it? If they get a hold of it and they use it, I have an idea who they may want to use it.
That's right. Oh, that's good. See, you want to make fun of me because you want to see them dumping on me, don't you, Russell?
All I can tell you.
How do you like it on you?
All right, Hart. Get out of here. All right, Hart, you're out of here. You're out of here. You are suspended. You better believe I can. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to put up with you around here anymore. Hart, you're suspended. Get out of here. Lynn, will you get that stupid fool out of here?
You know something, Lance Russell, the only reason Jimmy Hart's doing this right now is because he knows Eddie Martin ain't here to stop him.
Well, he's
nobody
stopped.
will take up for themselves. Why don't you come do it to me, big man? Bring it over here.
I'll do it to you.
I'll tell you one thing, Jimmy. You are suspended. You can believe it right now. You better believe what I'm telling you. You are suspended.
You're going to suspend me?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to be around here anymore working with you. You just listen to what I'm telling you. Hart, you think you're so cotton-picking smart. Man, you watch me. You just see what I can get done with the whole thing.
I'll tell you one thing, Lance, right now. We got something for Jimmy Hart coming up, brother. We got a surprise. And one way or the other, Hart,
boy, this is the lowest thing you ever pulled. And anything you can do to him will be good. Jimmy, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to see you around here anymore. You are suspended. Now get out of here. You're just taking an opportunity. You think because Marlon's not here. Well, I can tell you something else. We got a little pull in there, brother, and you better get out of here right now. I'm sick of it.
Right now, put it on me, Jack. Try to throw me in the snow, Jackson. He ain't man enough. You ain't got guts enough. Why didn't you say,
Jimmy,
stop you
get out of here. I'll tell you, somebody up here, if he over and run you, you are suspended. Get out of here. I don't want you here anymore. Get out of here. Jimmy, get out of here. Now, I'm telling you, you
can't suspend me. There's no way you can suspend me. What gives you the authority?
You just watch and see what kind of authority I got.
Maybe I'll suspend you. Maybe I'll suspend you.
All right, Jimmy.
Okay, I'll brush it off. I'll brush it off.
Get out. You're not brushing off anything. Get out of here.
Heart attack, Russell. Okay, I'm
You're done and out of it. Get out of here. I don't want to see you in here anymore.
You can't suspend me.
You want to get
He can't suspend me.
All right, we got another match. Let's get it underway here.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go. This is going to be an expiration of time match. We're going to have to go with a standby. One of the Daydreamers is here. The other one still hasn't made it, so we're going with a standby. Total weight of 437 pounds over on the right of the screen. From Memphis, Tennessee, both of them, Jim Jamison and Ken Raper. And going against them at a total of 422 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Ken Wayne, and from Jackson, Tennessee, Danny Davis, the Nightmares. This match is going to be to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, ready up,
All right. Ken Raper is starting against Ken Wayne.
Shut up, Calhoun.
Raper takes the right hand to the top of the head.
Watch out.
Reverse kick by
Oh, shut up, Calhoun.
Ken Wayne. That put Raper down to the mat. Raper thrown out of the ring, but coming in here right now, both of the Daydreamers.
Lance had a little trouble getting here, and we're ready for these guys. I want these guys now.
They're in there. Daydreamers and the Nightmares with bad blood between them for some time. That's going to be a disqualification. Yeah, all right. It's going to be Ken Wayne and Danny Davis winning it. They're going to win it by disqualification, but the Daydreamers are after them back there in the corner. Well, apparently the one of them who's been here has been watching what's going on. Looks like they're trying to get the door open. And they've got Ken Wayne and Danny Davis, the Daydreamers, battling them right out the door, and they're throwing them out into the snow. It's become a popular pastime here today. Out in the snow, the Daydreamers have thrown the Nightmares. They're all still, I can't see what's going on. All right, here comes Davis back in, I see. Here comes Wayne.
Come here. What's the matter with these backbiting low-down dogs? You want a street fight, baby? You want a back alley street brawl? Well, you bring yourself on down, baby. We'll rip your clothes off. We'll expose you for the dogs that you are, you backbiters.
The Daydreamers got here. One of them, both of them had travel problems. Well, one of them got here, and they were ready to go, even though the match was already underway.
Dave, this first family thinks they can take these guys and freeze people out. Well, there's more than one that can play at this game, let me tell you.
That's what they can look for from us from now on. They want to play rough, we're going to play rough with them.
All right, you heard it from the Daydreamers. Wayne and Davis
we want them in the ring now.
We're going to have to take a break right now. We'll see what we can do since this was the match that was originally scheduled. Let's take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment. See what...
Okay, we're going to be back into the action here on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. Boy, I'll tell you what, I love Tuesday night in there. We have got 4 main events. I tell you, some of the other matches could be called main events, too, and they are something else. You got a handicap match with Playboy Frazier putting up 500, and he can pin both of the Battens in 10 minutes. You got a Mid-America title match with Iron Mike Sharp against Handsome Jimmy Valiant. You got a return of Adrian Street going against Randy Macho Man Savage. Boy, one that's going to be something else is going to be the Southern Heavyweight title when Jerry Lawler comes after Eddie Gilbert, and I mean mad to get that title back. A pole match with the Dirty White Boys and the Terminators with Hart, 5-pound bag of flour, and it'll be the Fabs and the Interns. The fabulous ones had something to say about that.
We don't need a lot of time to come out here and do a lot of talking because talk's cheap, if you noticed, by Troy Graham. I'll tell you one thing. We came back originally to wrestle for the titles. But that's all out of the picture now because our dads got jumped. That's something that's never happened to Stan and I. We've never faced that personal issue like that. And I'll tell you something. You saw just a little taste of what happened the first time we met the interns. And we've asked Eddie Marlin and the promotion to put us in the ring anytime, any place with them because we've got a score to settle now. Those titles are far out of the picture so far as the fabulous ones are concerned. You know, when we saw what happened to our dads, that touched real close to the heart. That came closer to the heart than anything has ever had. And I'll tell you something, Troy Graham, you're going to be in that wheelchair for a long time.